Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I'm John. I'm your game master for the evening. Joining me today is Nikki.
Hi, everybody. It's Nikki. I'll be playing Sketcher Goblin Rogue. Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, and I'm horny for a young adult Scar.
I have some books you should read. I
like how that broke John for just a moment.
I knew it was coming.
Just had to remember which book.
Yeah, because normally you just pass right through all those things. That one kind of broke you a bit.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin Druid Princess.
And Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Volar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And Jeremy.
I am Jeremy. I am playing Ariel, ASMR Gunslinger / Rogue.
And Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gent Minar, the half-elf spellslinger, and if I was a Disney live-action movie, I'd be the Sword in the Stone.
You'd be the stone. And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdeth, the Dwarven Samurai, who is more samurai than ever before.
Yes. Thanks to weeks of intensive training with a large samurai orc. When last we left
I
off,
feel like you said, did you say samurai orc or cyber eye orc?
Samurai orc.
Oh, okay.
I heard Cyber-Eye as well.
Cyberpunk's been out for a couple of days, but it's not that far in yet.
A large samurai orc, which also is a character you can play in Shadowrun. Anyways, when last we left off, Valdeth got a letter, which will be in Valdeth's journal, but we are going to leave William to read that on his own as we go to a meeting that Titania has with the Archdruid Abernar. In the Druid's Forest. You should be able to see it now at the top of your journal, William. It's called A Sealed Missive.
When you open it, does it change to an unsealed missive?
No.
Damn
Darn
it.
it.
I mean, they could, but I won't.
Really cool.
Okay.
Titania, you set up a meeting with the Archdruid Abernar. So you find yourself, heading up to the Druid's Forest this early this morning, to find the large ziggurat structure that exists in the middle of it, where the Druids of Tiram have their headquarters and school and base of operations, all sort of folded into one. You are told the Archdruid is waiting for you, and you are led to where he is, which currently he is actually one of the reasons that that spore druids in particular are so common in Tiram is because the way the city maintains its the nature that exists in it is by recycling. Basically, all bodies are returned to the earth as fertilizer for new things to grow within the city, so that the city can be self-sustaining in that manner. It helps keep the farms that exist within the city functioning and producing regular crops year round. It also sort of maintains the balance of health of the city as a whole, particularly as it leans more and more into an industrialization aspect in the lower tiers. So the upper tiers maintain this sort of magical balance with it. So you are led to a grove outside the temple, where there are basically like a cart, like a series of individual, like one person carts where there are completely wrapped bodies on them. And Abrunar, this lean, brown-skinned, green-haired, blue-eyed or purple-eyed elf, is instructing additional druids in the placement, and then moving along, reaching down, placing a hand on these bodies as they are set in their own little areas. And as he touches them, you see vines from the ground sort of come up and engulf, wrap around the body, and just sort of pull them into the earth. And as the vines vanish into the ground, a small sprout, or for some a series of sprouts, just sort of erupt from the earth as new life begins to grow over top the bodies. You watch him do a few of these before he stops, and he has this large scythe that he uses as his staff. It's a large bone shaft with a purple sort of stone, metal-like stone blade that is jagged in places, affixed atop of it. Leans up on it, looks over at you. Princess Titania.
Hello.
You wish to speak with me?
Yes, I had a couple questions. And Titania is carrying her own staff now because Valdeth gave her her Thunder Strike staff, or whatever the official name for it is. So,
I just noticed what shirt you're wearing, John. I'm proud.
Here at Financial Films, we are gay.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's our slogan.
Anyways.
Yeah, I had a couple questions about some things going on. If we could talk.
Certainly. And as he says that, the tip of the scythe goes down, taps another one of the bodies, and the vines wrap around it and pull it into the earth.
Like Krakoa.
I don't. So I had a question on the. Remind me, I'm trying to remember when I had tried to go and ask about the druid who had gotten kicked out, and we had seen at the auction. He wasn't there, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, first it was we were my Griffin company and I were at an auction the other day, like a couple weeks ago, and there was this really intense druid who used to work here that was staring at something on the floor above, and I wondered what she had gotten kicked out for.
Do you know her name?
Good question. It's a very good question.
You got kicked out for corpse desecration, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, corpse desecration. It was It was after.
Make it. If you can't find it in your notes, you can make an intelligence check to see if you remember it.
Yeah, let me just do that real quick. I know it's in here somewhere, but.
Yeah, I didn't write down her name in the party notes. Sorry.
That's okay. That's a 3 or a 7. It did it twice for some reason. 7.
It's not coming to you. You're thinking about it.
Oh goodness.
You can remember what she looked like, but you can't remember her name.
I'll describe what she looks like as much as I can. I feel like that's something Tanya would remember.
So yeah, brown skin, short green hair, green eyes. In fact, as you're describing her, elf, You suddenly realize that you could just be describing a lighter-skinned feminine version of Abernar.
Fair. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm going to trail off at the end of that.
Except for the green eyes as opposed to purple.
Yeah, I'm going to trail off at the end of that. I'm going to leave it there.
You're referring to Nail. Or sorry,
Nail.
Nail. Nail was the name that
Okay,
you
yeah, I
apparently
definitely
failed
didn't
to
have
write
that
down.
in my notes.
That's how you spell nail.
Yeah. Nail was with us for many years. Her expulsion from Taram as a whole was an unfortunate circumstance. I'm curious as to why you're interested in it, other than that you saw her.
Yeah, I saw her, and I just hadn't realized that you could get expelled, or what would happen to do that. And
Serious enough crimes involving our order or the people of our city.
when you say expelled from Taram, do you mean like exiled from the whole city?
Yes,
Well, she was back,
which is
and then
concerning.
she flew away.
He sort of takes a sort of a steadying breath and looks to the trees. Princess Titania, when you look around here, what do you see?
The royal forest.
It's the balancing point of this city. The natural aspect required to make sure it's not overrun by our industrious brethren. Life requires a balance of things.
To live.
So what would you suppose would happen if a particularly radical member of our order sought to overturn that balance?
That would be bad.
The things that Nail did are not best repeated, for such acts have power simply in the imagining. But suffice to say that her ideal form of Taram would be one in which industry falters. And she had no qualms about what resources at hand. He sort of gently taps another body as the earth takes it, that she would use.
She was a necromancer?
Many of us are necromancers. Necromancy, in and of itself, is not an evil thing. But there are things you can do with it that are evil.
We're trying to find one necromancer that's been a little more active again, I think. The Velnaroth, who is a member of the...
Well, that's the one that you just killed. Well, air quotes killed.
Oh, okay.
Raihor is the one you're thinking of.
Okay, Raihor, the who's a leader of the something.
All of the Shattered Skull?
The Shattered Skull.
I'm familiar with the
Okay.
name. Just as our utilization of necromancy here benefits the earth and benefits the city, there are those who, as I said, seek to use it for evil. That name and those individuals are certainly among that kind, who would rather see a world of bone than a world of life. I have no specific information on their whereabouts, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay. I was just trying to figure out what all the things here were. There's someone in my group who doesn't like when I do necromancy, so I have questions.
It's understandable. There are many who don't see beyond the surface of the power, or see only the evil applications. And it is our duty to represent the good.
Yep. I had a question on applications as well.
Certainly.
Gonna maybe make a bad decision. We're
Listen,
trying we're trying to find a piece of Eidos that is causing some destruction, that's causing the expansion of the Shadowlands, of the Shadowfront. And we think we have a way of trapping it. But then we'll have this piece left, I guess. I don't know if it will destroy the two bits, will like a light and a dark spell will like cancel each other out, or if we'll be left with something. Is there a way? I don't know a lot about the gods or Eidos or the God Emperor, really.
Typically, divinity is only truly harmed by two things: the loss of faith for those gods that require it,
okay,
and other divine powers. So, if you have something of divinity that you wish gone, another divine would be your best source of destruction.
Okay. Would that potentially... What's the risk to the other divine?
I have no idea, unfortunately. I'm not a divine. Their powers are immense and inscrutable. Many will ascribe mysterious actions to their chosen deity, but the truth is that their powers, abilities, and limitations are inherently unknowable to a mortal mind. So, what might happen to one when they destroy another, I have no real idea.
Okay. I think that's everything. Thanks for your time.
Reaches down with the staff, taps another body. Certainly. I am here to teach.
Thanks.
You're quite welcome.
Bye.
You awkwardly turn and walk away.
Yep.
From this weirdly unflappable individual.
Kind of impressive. Okay.
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna head back down to our house.
Valdeth, you have a letter.
I do. And are these parts that are bolded actually bolded in the letter?
It's hard to tell because dwarvish runes are thick normally. But yes, they are strangely, some of them are thicker than normal.
I was gonna say, how do you bold something that's always bold innately?
You up the font size.
Yep.
Ah.
You also italicize.
Ooh.
I'm trying.
You can't really italicize dwarven runes, unfortunately.
I mean, you can.
I'm trying to put this together, but afflicted is getting in the way of trying to form a sentence here for me.
What's it say?
Be a calligrapher, not a cantigrapher.
Okay.
That was terrible.
That's
I've never said
I'm
I've
judging you.
never said can't liquor fur in my life.
Ugh.
I know what I said, and I stand fucking by it.
cantigrapher. I barely know her.
Also, after being sucked down in my chair by things Nikki has said for the longest time, I am glad to have been able to finally do the same back.
I'm just over here trying to fill out some forms and stuff, trying to like be an adult while also playing D&D, and just hit me with that. I'm also just mad that I couldn't think of like anything quick to say off the top of my head, so I just
bomb. All right,
they're just like, all right.
We
I'm proud of
try
you,
to be
Jeremy.
giving people here.
make an intelligence check, Valdeth, while you're looking at this thing.
Could I make an argument for investigation?
No,
One time that you
Good
won't
try.
let me use the thing.
good try, good try.
5,
Oh.
motherfucker.
Well, you do know. So there are a few things you do know. One, you know you don't have a cousin,
Yeah.
and two, you know that Scion is how your mother refers to you
Mm-hmm.
because it's a non-gendered term. That's so those are the two things that you pick up instantly from this letter.
Mm-hmm. This is written from the High King, but with the hand of my mother.
It's definitely not your mother's handwriting as well. Like
By which she means the wording that my
Yeah.
mother would use.
yeah.
I'll have to bring this up to everyone else. And she makes a note to bring this up to everyone when they all convene again.
You all convene again
Hello.
because today is the last day in this house today's the last day in your company house in Taram. So today's moving day.
Moving day.
Moving day.
The Valakua are all outside your house. Things are being loaded into the carriage.
Oh goodness.
We're not moving ourselves. Someone's moving our stuff for us.
Yeah.
Durin. Or sorry, not Durin.
Eric?
Merrick and Tilra are loading things into your carriage for you.
No one tells us to scuzz
That's their job.
as he tries to help. He's very fixated on making sure those bookshelves go with us.
But as everyone convenes, Valdeth will sort of gather everyone around the table and just sort of lay the letter out on the table in front of everyone.
And
What is it?
now,
So, I've been called back to Everstone, and she will read the letter for everyone.
you should all see it
Scion-
and also have a copy of it now.
Scion of the Stonebeards. We've never spoken directly, but I feel as if I know you from my interactions with your mother Rala. As such, it is with heavy heart that I write to you at the passing of your cousin Hevlat. It would appear that a night's shade has passed over your family. News of his passing has afflicted your mother's well-being, and she has been indisposed ever since, making no public appearances for some time. I regret that this missive has likely reached you months after his passing, but I understand the duties of a sellsword take one far and wide. As your High King, I request your presence for a ceremony in his honor. Whenever your affairs are in order, steel your heart and return to Everstone. Condolences, High King Brynjar Wolfstrand. First off, I don't have a cousin Hevlat.
Oh.
That's rather
Okay.
odd.
Second, do you see these words that are enhanced compared to the rest of the writing?
No! I already made the check.
Scion, no, afflicted, indisposed, months, honor,
It's
and steel
clearly
hearts.
a yes. It's clearly a coded message asking for aid.
I just wish I could tell more.
Anyone who wants to look at it can make an intelligence check.
19.
Let me try it.
Come on, Ithram.
17.
19!
Tanya!
I got a natural
Give me a
20!
sec. Give me a sec.
Wow.
Gent is gonna be so fucking
Golf
proud.
Golf clap for Tanya. Golf clap.
I'm so pleased.
You have read these letters before? You know.
I learned
Fuck if I
Dwarvish.
know.
So Gent.
Actually, could I make an argument for it being just investigation?
I asked the same thing.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm. You know me. I'm working.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not in this case. And to explain that,
Okay.
this is you don't have any information to go off of in this other than the letter in front of you, which is why it's not investigation. It's just raw ability to figure out what is trying to be done here. So Gent, Ithram, and Titania, looking at this letter, a few things jump out at you. One, you won't necessarily be able to decipher the meaning of this on your own because you don't have the prerequisite knowledge that is expected of you to do so. And how many of you speak Dwarvish? Because it is written in Dwarvish.
I do.
Titania, Gent
Gent.
does. Ithram does not.
No. Oh yeah, Goblin's not based off the same runes.
No,
Is
it's
it?
not. I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
Orcish is.
But you still get a little bit from reading it, or from it being read to you and knowing which letters are in bold. So the thing that pops into everyone's mind, the three of your minds at the moment is one, very specific words are in bold, and they don't seem to be necessarily connected to each other except for like steel hearts. Which would indicate the group of you being steel hearts. The things that are emboldened are sort of imply implicit knowledge. Scion, referring to Valdeth with gender neutral terminology. No, as if. Like, what could the High King know that would be relevant to the other bolded words? Afflicted, particularly coming after the term Night's Shade, because Nightshade is a poison. And afflicted and indisposed, and then months. So presumably, the indisposed and afflicted things are things that have been going on for months. And then honor in particular being highlighted means that that's relevant. Either someone's honor is on the line or there's a lack of honor occurring. And then steal your hearts, presumably meaning to bring the steel hearts with you.
Yeah, so Gent's interpretation of it is that it's more of kind of a bullet points concept words rather than a fully syntaxed sentence together kind of
like
thing.
It's sort of like these are relevant nouns.
Yeah.
Think someone's trying to poison your king?
Or my mother.
One of the two.
There are two.
Or your non-existent cousin.
You're non-existent.
Along that line, Titania, there are two separate instances of what could be the same thing.
Yeah, afflicted and indisposed, yeah. It could be both of them.
Yeah. Because your your family's very high up there, right?
Yes, we're one of the most important families in the city. We built the towers that protect the city from outside threats.
They're literally called the Stonebeards because they're the reverse of a beard if you look at the city upside down.
We should
Yeah.
I hate to drag all of you into family business, but can I ask your help in this?
I have yet to meet your family, and that is a crime. I would like to meet your family, please, and thank you.
think that's a yes.
No problem.
Well, and for at least two of us, this is family business. Besides you.
Ariel?
I mean, look, I don't generally do things without a profit margin, but I do things without a profit margin when family's involved, and I would say it's a family matter for all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah, family like a giant tree reaching up to the sky.
It was very poetic, Scuzz.
Thank you. I read it on a box somewhere.
All right.
Makes sense.
Ithram, do we have
there's like a you see Tilra loading in like a bag of coffee that has one of those, like how like coffee makers have like, this is my personal story about how I'm emotionally connected to these specific beans.
Yeah,
And it's definitely in there.
I'm literally imagining it like the Folgers jingle.
Yeah, like it's
just in your cup. And he spoke it instead of saying it.
best part of waking up
Yeah.
is family like a tree?
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
That's where coffee
Doesn't
comes
even
from,
make any
trees.
sense. It's a catchy jingle.
It's a catchy jingle, though.
Ithram, do you think we can find the necessary coordinates for a circle in Everstone, or are we looking at another ocean voyage?
Depends. Velvet, do you know? I would assume that they take the security of their teleportation circles fairly strictly.
They do, and it would be House Rune Carver that would have them. I don't know them myself.
Are they a mage of some sort?
Rune Carver is the magical house of Everstone. They run most of the magical operations and oversee the archives.
I could perhaps see if there is a coordinates or
Sorry, House Rune Warden, not Rune Carver. Different thing.
in one of the libraries, see if there is any. Perhaps Lady Titania, you'd be best actually for this, because as part of the royal family, you could inquire about these.
Yeah, I can ask. This someone who's if this is that dangerous and important that we got sent a coded message, wouldn't we need to not let people know that we're going there to investigate this?
Discretion is
Yes.
important, yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're going to visit your family because
I did just send back a worthy trophy ahead of our arrival. So
okay. Yeah, oh yeah, your armor.
Gent's gonna cram his link pearl into his ear and cast sending to Railmore Weaveborn.
assuming he has one.
Nothing happens.
He's okay. Damn it! It was a shot.
As you think about it, you do recall Relnor didn't have a link pearl in.
But yeah,
mean,
I can ask.
We already have our cover for built into the letter.
It's true. We have our reason to be here. That was part of why
yeah,
I
you're
written this.
cousin.
Very specifically gives us a reason for being.
That's
for going.
true.
So
Yeah, I can ask.
yeah, we can check
Almost
with the
like
royal
High
family.
King
We
is
can
a
check with the
political
Weedborn
creature
district.
and knows how to provide you an excuse to come to do a thing.
Yeah, like we're going. Here is this horrible information. Now you figure out how you're going to get here and not tell anybody why we're coming.
So and I can ask. My mother
also-
runs the
Also,
like.
sorry, just as a note, Valdeth and the three that rolled really high on their intelligence checks, the fact that the High King felt the need to send such an obliquely coded message that is only really workable because the information encoded is relevant to you, Valdeth, means that he probably assumes that someone had the power to read the letter before it got out of the city or before it got into your hands.
Mhm.
Or while it was in your hands, maybe.
Yeah, so.
All right, well, let's get moving, I suppose, unless there's any last-minute preparations that need to be made.
I've finished my writing for a while, so I'm fairly set. I'm ready to look for these runes.
Which of my retainers are here right now?
Merrick and Torah. You hear Merrick come back in. All right, well, we finished loading up the carriage, so whenever everyone's ready to leave to the new estate, we're all good to go.
So, yeah, Valdeth walks over to Merrick and just kind of clasps his hands. Merrick,
Yes, ma'am?
I've been... Important business has come up, and we need to run to Everstone quickly. Can I trust you, Tilra, and Durin to watch over the home until we get back?
Certainly. Are you leaving from Tiram, or are you wanting to make use of that fancy docks you had built?
We're going to see if we can be teleported, but if not, we'll probably take a ship.
All right, well, do you want us to take the Valakua with us to the estate, then?
Please do.
Could you tell the white one not to nip at me whenever I walk close?
Valdeth looks over her shoulder at Ariel.
I will provide that. I will pass that message along. Vecta does what Vecta does.
I was just ready for her to say no.
I appreciate the attempt at the very least.
I mean, that was just a really nice way of saying no, but
Relay the message along. Whether or not it is received is up to the receiver.
yes.
He heads back out to ready the Valakua to leave, then. All right, so.
Gent will go with Ithram to look for coordinates.
All right, so
Where are you going to ask? Do you want me to come with, or I can try?
I believe
and
that
ask?
would be very helpful if you are not busy.
Do you want one of us to go and search the Royal Archives and one of us to go search in one group of us to go search in the Weeborn district?
Actually, while you're thinking about it, everyone but Valdeth give me an Arcana check. Valdeth, give me a History check.
Okay.
I'm rolling shit.
Me too.
I got a 15.
I'm not rolling great, but I got a 14.
8. We're
I
back.
will accept a 13.
So all of you except for Titania, think about it for a minute. You're probably not going to be able to find a teleportation circle runes publicly available, particularly if, as Valdeth says, there's something that's sort of carefully guarded.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Valdeth, Everstone has no relationship with Tiram. There's no reason why anyone in Tiram would have teleportation circle coordinates.
Except for the god of magic.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so our really only hope of finding those teleportation runes here will be Railnor Weaveborn.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
And that narrows it down and makes this a quick, hopefully, search.
How long?
To the
does it-
tower.
If we don't find it, how long does it take to get there by boat, ship?
I would know this because I took that boat ride.
It depends on if you ride a wave breaker or not. On a regular ship, it takes about a week to get to Morn. On a wave breaker, it takes about a week and a half because they go slower.
They go slower, but they don't care about what's in the way.
Exactly, they go slower by nature of not riding the waves.
Is it closer from our docks and Grifftop or core?
I feel like
it's-
Morn
it-
is east, isn't it? So it'd be
Yeah,
closer from core. Or from
the docks
Okay.
and Grifftop would be 3 days longer.
Okay. So from
Yeah,
here.
so it'd
Okay.
be closer
Well,
from
less than
Toronto.
3 days. It'd be like a day longer because it's not. It only takes about a day to get from Taram to Grifftop by river.
Yeah.
Okay.
And airship connections, we haven't established one with Warren yet,
No.
right?
Unless we want to just jump off an airship.
Yeah, you could like if you could get an airship, you could theoretically just like Halo jump off of an airship.
Right.
I don't have the requisite spell for the safe landing that we would need.
I mean, I'd be fine.
I can fly people down, but
Technically, so would I. Valda says, looking over her shoulder at the great sword.
that's a big entrance, though.
That's a lot of people saying they'd be fine. I'm just saying.
It would not be.
Me neither.
There are 3 of us that could fly and carry the 2 that couldn't down to Earth. So it's not off the table as an option.
Right.
Yeah, that my
Can Scuzz fly?
mother is involved in the airship travel, so that's another.
Well, let's see if Railnor has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
The
Railnor has the
necessary-
teleportation circle, then we don't need to. But the returning scion of the Stonebeard family might want to make a big entrance like that.
True.
You still have your ceremonial armor if it
Halo-
comes to that.
Halo jump out of the airship.
Quite frankly,
Sent it
halfway
on.
down. The
I'm not worried
turrets
about
and
hiding
turn.
myself with that armor anymore.
All right.
Halfway down what?
Halfway down, the turrets turn and fire at you. And hit you out of the sky.
That's when we do a nice.
See, I have a
skyride
spell for
Air
that.
streaming
Or
past Gent's
that
face.
says-
You can really see the precision engineering on those from this angle.
Precision dwarven engineering.
So, how many of you are going to the Weeborn district?
Gent is.
All of us? I don't know.
You can all
Yeah,
go if you so desire.
I'm down. Let's all go. Let's make it a trip.
Make it a trip.
Okay.
You all go to the Weeborn district. Takes you a little while to get there. You go up to the Weeborn Tower. You put a hand on the door. As you look
Lobby,
around,
please.
you're back in the lobby. And weirdly, the lobby is completely empty.
So, Railnor
That's-
Weaveborn, would you happen to be listening in? Let's see if we can find someone.
Where is everyone?
That's a very good question. And usually, when people are supposed to be in a place like this and they're not, it's time for concern. I'm just saying,
Are there
as the
any
gun
invisible
comes
things
out.
within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, get you put the goggles
Yep.
on. There's nothing in the room.
Doesn't seem to be anybody hiding.
Do you flip it to the ethereal view?
You know, he will.
Click! All of a sudden, you are now seeing into the ethereal plane, where there are people, like in sort of the various standard spots that they would be normally. There are people like sort of milling about, doing paperwork, doing various things, and also
Well-
a couple of like really weird looking anglerfish looking motherfuckers swimming through your vision.
Okay. They're mostly in the border ethereal, it seems.
Why?
I mean, if I don't want to
Is
be
it
disturbed,
ethereal?
I would go there.
Yeah. Is it like Casual Friday?
Ethereal Friday.
Yeah.
Are we sure? Are we sure this isn't the natural state?
I mean, I'm not, but I'm also not a student here, so
Yes, this is the second time I've been here, so half the time that we've been here, it's been
I
like
think this is the 4th time I've been here.
Can be regular.
And this is the first time I've seen it.
Can
Well,
be.
I can see into it, but I don't think I can be heard or communicate unless. Ithram, do you have anything that direction?
I am looking, and you see him just like holding the crystalline
right.
thing, and he's just like focusing on it. And I don't actually think I do have anything for that.
Gent,
at-
as you're sort of looking around, you see what looks like Verity. It's hard to tell because the ethereal nature makes everything blue and translucent. Who sort of turns, seems to see you, and just snaps a finger, and the rest of you now see Verity appear in the middle of the room.
Oh,
Ah,
Hello.
there's someone.
Hello. Sorry,
Greetings.
you've caught us on our on our weekly ethereal courties. How can we assist you?
We're looking for Railnor, if possible. Some
specifically,
relevant
we're looking
information.
for information on a teleportation circle.
Potential information that can be provided. Give me a moment. And he
All
sort of
right.
turns and walks over to one of the doors, puts a hand on it, and disappears from view.
Yes, we have to be. This will be interesting to see if he's willing to part with these. The circle.
After a few minutes, there's a sound, and both Relnor and Verity are standing in front of you. Again, Relnor, dark skin, dark hair, in sort of a dreadlocks pulled back. So, you're looking for a teleportation circle.
Aye,
Morn.
specifically to Everstone.
So, I know it. Why do you want it?
Apparently, very bad things have happened back home, and I have been requested to return, and this seems extremely urgent.
Cool. Was the wording of the thing, get back by any means immediately via teleportation? Sorry, I have a deal with the rune wardens, and giving out their circle ID isn't part of it.
Well, it was a message from the High King, so
Yeah.
telling me to, as soon as possible, return to Everstone.
Cool.
I think we're getting a no.
He sort of you can see him sort of weighing the pros and cons of this current request that you're giving him as he's for whatever the deal is that he has with the rune wardens, or with the rune wardens.
All right, we're just really it's kind of sudden. Val's cousin has died, so we just really want to get back as soon as we can.
Indeed.
That's such bad news. I feel for you quite a bit.
Valdeth also gives him the look that's very, very, very clear that it's much more than that, and just can't really say specifically.
I didn't know you had family,
Well,
Mr. Elnor.
Kind of.
If
Tell you what, I can just send you there
That will work, quite
without
frankly.
giving you the teleportation runes. That way, I don't break my promise, and you get where you need to go quickly.
That will work just fine.
Effectively fundamental, yes.
You're on your own getting back, though.
I can cover that.
Okay. Where do you want to be dropped off at?
Oh, good.
If you can get us to the front gates, that'll be fine.
Not gonna lie, I was a little concerned that was not going to be asked, and you were just going to be sent somewhere there.
That's Galladier style.
Well, circle up, hold each other's hands, or other body parts, whatever you feel like holding on to tightly.
Oh, we should tell our that
Eric?
we're not going to be, Merrick and Tilra, that we're not coming back.
I did tell them that we were seeking teleportation, so
Okay.
The American Teller are gone.
yeah, they're already going.
There.
They
Okay.
already fucked off.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I misunderstood that part.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay.
So you all circle up, hold hands.
Yep.
He sort of stands in the middle of the group. Okay, so I don't know how many times you all have teleported before, and he puts his hands together, and all of you vanish.
This is the first time not high, so that's an
Absolute
improvement.
worst. Absolute
Yeah,
worst.
it's been a minute since Ithrim's casted, but yeah.
There's just blue light fills your vision, and you have the sudden motion and juddering that you weren't prepared for. And somebody roll me a D100.
Sure.
On it.
Okay, go, Jeremy.
Yep, I'm right on par. 18.
I believe low is good for teleportation.
No, it's
Leisure.
not.
No.
No,
Low is
it's
bad.
definitely not.
Low is always bad. Fortunately,
Except for
in this particular
cleric stuff.
case,
Yeah.
it's not a mishap. It's an off target.
Okay.
So
We're gonna get to do that Halo 5 drop.
the blue light fades, and you are in a valley by a river on a road.
Wow. This is.
Well, can I tell where we're at?
Make a nature check.
Gent turns around, half expecting Taram to be like directly behind us.
You've never
13.
seen these mountains before, Gent. You're pretty certain you're in Beckerland.
Fuck, off target. This is Beckerland, I'm fairly
We're
certain.
about to be attacked by low-level idiots.
Make a perception check. Beckerland is a province south of Everstone. It is the connecting piece to a sort of a trade conglomerate that has the southern coast of Morn. Everstone is on the northeastern coast of Morn, and so south of them there is this trade alliance that's only accessible on land, at least, by going through Beckerland. Beckerland itself is fairly small and inconspicuous.
Well, we're a hell of a lot closer than we were.
Ariel, you
That's good.
notice off in the distance, looking to your east, you see a ruined village that seems like it's
Right.
fallen apart, and you see someone, you can't quite make out who, like there's just like a glint of like glass reflecting off the top of this tower as someone is looking at you through a spyglass.
So if you know this is a province, do you know which direction on this road we're supposed to be walking?
We need to go northeast, yes?
So the Beckerland province is like sort of a crescent, almost like a crescent-shaped canyon, basically, that goes from northeast to southwest, and southwest it opens out into the coastal region and onto the I cannot for whatever reason I cannot think of the name of the place that it opens out into, and then once you exit it northeast, you're in open country in sort of the middle like south middle of Morn, and then you'd have to go northwest from there to get to Everstone. It's a couple of days on foot.
Yeah, so we'll have to head northeast until we get out of the canyon, and then northwest from there to get to Everstone.
All right.
Traveling it is.
Let's start moving.
Ariel, do you share the information that you have?
I was vaguely considering. Estimate of distance?
It's a bit. It looks like it's a little bit. It's about estimating how you'd get to it. Sort of just looking at the lay of the land. It's at the edge of your vision.
Okay.
So it's about a day's hard ride. Less than, depending.
Somebody over there.
You all look and you just see vaguely, because you don't have nearly as good a sight as Ariel does. You see what vaguely looks like a town off to the southeast.
Yeah, it's a town.
Somebody's keeping their eye on us.
Gent is going to, as a bonus action, switch the goggles into spyglass mode and make everything twice as big.
So you all watch one of the eyes on
I
the
kid
goggle.
like
Yeah, that's a series of lenses goes.
Damn.
And yeah, you see this sort of fairly decrepit looking town, and there's a tower, and there's somebody that looks like some sort of dwarf, maybe, with a spyglass.
Well, apparently whoever that is lord of a shithole little town. I think we should leave them to it and let them enjoy their profits.
Yes, let's keep moving. We'll keep a watch out just in case they decide they want to mess with us tonight.
Do we want to move quietly or?
No, I think we want to move quickly.
Okay. Should have brought the birds.
That's fair, but I'd rather have them being brought to our home than potentially lost in this teleportation.
And second thought, let's not go to Beckerland. It is a silly place.
All right.
It is.
Well, love, your lead.
Northeast, then, and Valva starts going.
All right.
All right. So you begin following the river northeast.
You know, I'm used to wearing it, so it never really held me back, but I feel so much lighter without that armor.
both figuratively and literally.
Yes.
Love it.
Silly me, I didn't put the map of Beckerland in this game. I should have, obviously.
Yeah, well.
And I've got it. It's right here. I just never put it in.
I feel like if we go there, we might get trapped in a painting or something. I don't know why. It's just a weird feeling I'm having.
I
Just
want to walk
Just
across the walls like a weird, like Art Nouveau painting, and then go over some lava. Not into that.
It's a very specific fears you all have.
Get into specific situations. They come up.
Fair.
This is what I was scared of. Okay.
Turns out I had one fear. It was this.
I used to be afraid of ghosts. Now I'm afraid of the hand of economy.
I mean, yes.
What's the monster? What's the magic monster? It's the boot nipper from Ikoria and NTG. I have a number of hyper-specific phobias, and this somehow hits all of them.
Here we go. So I will give you guys...
Gen will be walking up towards the front probably to try and help keep an eye out for any potential hazards.
Yeah. So, marching order while you're heading northeast.
Yeah.
Since you're on foot again.
Just in case something happens, Titania had distributed all of the health potions she had made the previous couple weeks,
okay.
So everyone has one.
Yes.
By the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already marked that. I have 2 now.
I'll be kind of lingering in the back, keeping an eye out and looking around because this is new terrain, new animals. I might see a dinosaur.
You might. So you are all currently. Let me put this back on the,
we have a
on the
map.
map layer.
Yes. This looks strangely familiar.
You are all currently
Micklethorpe. It's a great name.
here.
Okay.
Let's go to the
Okay.
go to the Roll20 booth here.
And Great.
Oh,
We'll be passing.
wrong.
We'll be
And we're
passing
headed-
Oglethorpe on the way northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're currently
We're
here.
headed this way.
You're heading that way. Yep. And so you can see, so like across the water to the east of you is this what looks like from what you can see through your spyglass, what looks like a sort of a desecrated, run-down town.
Ithram will be near the rear as well.
And Valdeth, you've never really been in Backerland before. The only reason you recognized it was because of the canyon.
Yeah, and I know the maps of the area around Everstone, even if I've never been to the places.
Yeah. But yeah, so who's in the lead?
Valdeth and Ghent, and
Yep.
I would assume probably Ariel.
All right, so I'll need the three of you to make survival checks, and the rest of you to make perception checks.
Okay.
8.
Do either of the two of you have a better survival than +3?
Nope.
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 I'll give you an
Okay.
assist, though.
Yeah, okay.
I am also +3, but I rolled a 22.
Cool. I will take the advantage from Ghent for a 20. All right.
So you make good time. Fortunately, you have a road to follow, so it's not like you have to. You don't have to worry about like getting lost or anything. But you make good time traveling on the road on foot, and actually get a little bit further north than you would expect in a day, which is where you come across the Fork Road Inn. By the end of the day, so like as the sun is dipping below the horizon, you see a fairly large building settled at the fork in a road. That is this large red roofed, looks and sounds like a tavern because you can hear people drinking and chatting inside. Settled basically right at the point where this road forks, going west and north.
Oh, a Red Roof Inn. Surprising to see this here.
All right. What say we stop here for the night? And does this inn look like it has a stable that might sell horses?
No.
Okay. Well, let's rest here for the night and continue on in the morning, shall we?
Looking at it, and sort of like where it's positioned, you figure this is probably like a trade stop, like where caravans might stop. And in fact, you do see there is just in the field just north of the inn, there is a parked caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Let's stop here. Get some food, some drink.
You go to the inn, populated by a wide variety of individuals. There are currently sitting at the bar. There are a bunch of humans. There's a few elves and dwarves at various tables, and behind the counter there is what looks to be a wood elf, sort of dark brown hair, golden eyes, tan skin. Sort of just polishing glasses and talking with people as you come in. Person looks over at you as you come in. Welcome to the Fork Road Inn. Travelers, I see. Are you looking to spend the night?
Aye.
Well, how many rooms are you looking for?
1, 2, 3 rooms.
3 rooms, all right. That'll run you 3 silver apiece, so total of 9 silver.
Valdeth will pull out 9 silver and set it on the countertop.
As you're doing business with you, what's your names again?
This will be the Steel Hearts.
Ah, the Steelhearts. Big fancy company, are you? Well, I'm Ivarin. This is my inn. Welcome to the place.
Hello.
Reaches underneath the counter, pulls out 3 keys, hands them over to you. You head up the stairs, take your first right, and they'll be the first 3 doors.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Gent's
What's
going
the
to see
situation
if-
with dinner? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Gent's gonna see if he picks up any strange odors in the area. Anything that smells off.
Do a perception check.
Yeah, okay. Not with advantage because this is not site based. Any second now. 11.
You can smell horse shit from outside.
Okay, that's normal.
Nothing else sort of like it's sort of like a really powerful smell that's sort of permeating the area. So
Okay.
And then Skaz had asked what the situation with dinner is.
well, my wife's making cobbler at the moment. If you'd like some of that, but we can cook you up some game as well, if you're looking for something meatier.
That'd be appreciated.
Sure. Sort of indicates over towards the table. Just take a seat. We'll bring some food over there. Would you like any drinks as well?
Something not too heavy, if you don't mind. Need to keep my head for the evening.
Bring you the Valley Ale then.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Anyone else?
Gent will slide a gold coin across the corner. One for the house. Full round. On us.
Certainly.
Just burning a hole in your pocket, isn't it?
More than a pleasure.
Nothing for me, but do you perhaps know what the caravan outside is trading in?
Not certain off the top of my head. I know they're taking trade goods down to Holmesund and then beyond. Coming out of Micklethorpe.
Okay then.
Typically they're carrying, silk, spices, things like that.
Okay.
Do you need assistance, Jeremy?
Jesus Christ! No,
Yeah.
I'm. Jesus Christ!
What did
Sorry,
somebody do?
We've
Work
noticed that you
stuff.
read something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of work stuff.
Okay, cool. Got it. Just wanted to clarify whether or not it was something relevant.
Wow.
We'll get into it
I'll
on the
go
break.
for something. I'll go for
Yeah,
something.
I'm not going to
stronger.
be paying attention to
Yeah.
anything for a little bit.
Hey, if you're going-
Just FYI.
well, if you're going for something stronger, we've got some Holmes and Lager if you're looking for it, or some mead coming out of the north.
Ooh.
We have a keg of Everstone brandy as well.
You need to try that. I've had it before, but you need to try that.
Okay. All right. I'll go for some brandy.
All right, mug of Everstone brandy. Anyone else
Thank you.
looking for something specific?
Huh?
That's asking if anyone else is looking for something specific.
I'll join you in the brandy.
Yes, there, my little green friend. Brandy for you.
Yes.
I've changed my mind. I'll take up some brandy as well.
Brandy, brandy, brandy. And you there, with the fuckery on your face.
Certainly, why not?
Skit, I was very confused.
I was very confused as well.
I was like, please don't be talking to Ariel. She's going to shoot you.
No, he's talking to the
He
person.
will absolutely shoot you in
No.
the fucking face.
He's talking to the person who has a weird set of leather goggles with a telescoped eye out
Yeah.
that hasn't taken it off.
He'll shove those up on top of his head.
Eric's.
Why not?
Brandy,
Not this-
brandy,
not
ale,
this
mead. What you looking for?
I'll try some of that brandy as well.
All right, glasses of brandy and an ale. Like I said, take your seat. We'll bring out some food and some drinks.
Definitely want to try that cobbler, please and thank you.
All right, one
Yes.
peach cobbler,
Yes.
2 peach cobblers.
So excited.
Nikki has cheesecake in the fridge. She's gonna go get that after the break. Look,
Nice.
I don't want to eat anything except for carbs, so it's fine.
Your gold piece will cover the food, so don't even worry about that. And so you all go sit down.
Titania's looking around to see who else is in here. Does it look like mostly probably caravan people?
Yeah, looking around, it looks like
Curious.
almost everyone in here is part of that caravan. Give me an insight check.
Sure. I'm good at that. 16?
Almost everyone in here is definitely part of that caravan, except for that fucker.
Who's that fucker?
There is, sitting in the corner, there is what looks like a human, dark skin, brown hair, brown eyes, very scruffy, like sort of a thick mutton chop beard that does connect, and with like a scraggly mustache and chin, but like almost the beard is almost square for how thick it is, sitting in the back of the room, corner, like sort of at a corner at a table, leaning back on the chair, hood drawn, sort of a green hood drawn and cloak around him, has a bow, has a bow sort of quiver very visible on his back, and like a long sword on a hip. It sort of has boots up on the table with a long.
Are they muddy?
With a yeah, muddy boots.
Uh-huh.
With a long pipe that's sort of gently smoke rising gently out of it.
That's where I was going, Cody.
Thank you.
They're sort of leaning back in a chair, watching everyone, but also you as the newest group of people.
It's literally one of the first scenes of the first Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah, literally, John.
I'm so excited.
Welcome to the Prancing Pony.
No, it's the
Red Roof Inn.
It's the Fork Road Tavern.
Fork
Road Tavern and Inn.
Tavern.
Yeah. Aside that,
We're going to be have our rooms broken into by a bunch of Black Road figures, and they're going to stab empty beds tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the 16 insight, this person seems to be watching everyone that comes through.
Okay.
Scuzz waves. Wait, does he notice? Hold up. He needs to notice first. He waves!
It'd be a perception check to see if you notice.
Sorry.
That might be the same.
It might be the same. It might be better.
He super waves!
You definitely see this individual in the corner. You wave. You look at one hand like goes up as if they're gonna wave back, and then they stop themselves and lower the hand back down.
Must not have reaction.
Like,
Aw.
I'm supposed to be cool.
It's supposed to be cool. Conceal, don't feel. Don't wave at the goblin.
Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know.
My name is Strider.
Yeah, so you all sit down. After a few minutes, a platter of drinks are brought out, and then a few minutes after that, a platter of food is brought out, including some slices of peach cobbler. The food is...
Gen's going to switch his goggles to the border ethereal and see if his cobbler's haunted.
Right as you do it, this ethereal anglerfish comes out teeth first at your face.
Yeah.
What's
You
wrong?
okay?
More ghost fish. Don't worry about it.
Those glasses are doing weird things to you. I
Bad
see things sometimes and okay.
You should know. It's basically the same thing that you do, except I'm using technology and you use drugs.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to look?
Yes, actually, really, really bad.
Put them on, and you see nothing because you're not
Because
attuned.
you're tuned to them.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, I look around the whole room. Huh. I don't see anything. Maybe the fish went away.
Might have.
Hand it back to you.
Okay.
The food is fairly standard. It's not like the best food you guys have had. It's cooked game and bread. And
It's passable and thus
You-
good enough for me.
vegetables.
Act like Scuzz is not going to open his mouth at 90 degrees like a garbage can and shovel it all down.
Oh no! I fully
excitedly.
expect it. The cobbler's pretty good. Like the cobbler is pretty tasty. And the Valley Ale, Valdeth, is very weak. It's almost water as far as you're concerned. Like
Enough.
It's like
TBR.
it's like Gatorade. Like it's flavored water with a little bit of alcohol in it.
It gets the job done.
Does
Um,
it though?
I'm
It's
not looking
fun.
to get drunk, so yes.
From what
Fair enough.
you know, like it's basically beer more than ale. They grow hops in Beckerland, but they don't really grow anything that can make something of substance as far as dwarves are concerned.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm not even gonna get a buzz off of
so
like 3
so
of
yeah,
these.
so the Valley Ale is nothing. The rest of you, make Constitution saving throws.
Yep. Here we go.
Yes.
For those of you that are drinking the Everstone brandy.
Is this against
shit.
poison? Wow, you guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
Fuck
it is.
yeah.
Yes, it is against poison. 666, the drunkards of the beast.
Yes.
Yes.
Glasses up and the devil laughs, huh? Okay.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
All right, everybody at the same time, take the biggest swig you can and go.
I got a 20.
So yeah, it burns on the way down. This is some strong things. And like it burns on the way down, and as you drop it, there's this need to belch that all three of you just instantly erupt into. And as it comes back up, it burns again. Like you're pretty certain
Nice.
you're pretty certain you could light your breath on fire right now. And also that they're like this
I
tavern got
don't.
really populated really fucking quick. There's a lot of people around here.
Mmm.
Because it burns, yeah. It's not as hot. It doesn't burn as bad as some of the things you've drank as an is it test subject.
Yeah. I've literally accidentally drank an alchemist fire. That was bad.
You also drank things that then made you breathe fire, which was, like that's certainly hotter than this, but yeah, no, it's a good burn.
That's
And
a solid brandy belch.
3 of you are seeing double.
Oh, that's what you call it. Okay. I feel like I might be a dragon soon. Eventually, I might be able. I don't know. I can't turn.
There's
it.
a lot of ethereal activity around Titania right now. There's like a bunch of fish. Like a person walks by and goes through the firewall. Like,
I pull out my crystalline chronicle and I hand it to Valdeth.
I will take it and hold it. Are you afraid you're going to smash this?
No, but as I as I burped, I had the very mighty need to see if I could. I mean, I know I could light it on fire, but I think this is best until morning
I will hold on to it.
or an emergency.
I will hold on to it until either morning or an emergency, whichever comes first.
Because now the worst I can do is this, and then he uses discharge to just zap a fork or something that's nearby.
ping, ting, ting.
Skuz is going to go up to the bartender and be like, "Can I have some waters for our table, please, and thank you,
Certainly,
and
certainly.
more cobbler, please."
Get you another slice.
Yay!
Waters are sent out and some more peach cobbler.
Don't let all that insane wealth and magical artifacts go to your head too much, Kent, by the way.
Gen's reaction is to go and point a gun at you.
Oh no!
Sorry. Kind of looks down at his arm like it's somebody else's arm and just kind of reaches out with his other hand and lays it back down.
A fish goes through your hand as you're reaching towards your arm, and so it's just like bloop, through your hand, and then
Maybe
through
we
you.
should fix
He'll
that.
sort
now
of
that
he'll sort
says-
of pet that. Pet the
No,
fish. Pet the
Then I was
fish.
like, maybe you shouldn't wear those while drunk. If you're gonna try and just flip the goggles up above your eyes onto your forehead.
Right.
The fish are gone.
All right.
Maybe don't wear those while
Who's
you're
that? Points over at the lurking
Oh.
edgelord.
That's tall, dark, and in the corner.
drunk. Just a strider of the wilderness who's looking to stay alone for a while.
He's been watching everyone that comes in. Kind of curious what he's watching for.
Anyone causing trouble?
Well, that's certainly not us.
It might be you have too many more brandies.
I'm giving myself to just one for the evening, I think.
Yes, I think this is enough. As he summons Mal into his lap and then lets Mal take a few sips out of it. No, he's a jackal right now.
Oh goodness. Hey, Carbon. Hey, Garnet, do you want to try
Oh, that's
some
enough.
of this?
You have a much smaller frame.
Garnet's sort of like looking at you funny.
You want to try some? Hold up the last little bits that are in the cup.
Drank some. Garnet seems completely unaffected.
Mm,
Mal is very drunk now.
can hold your alcohol. Excellent trait in a pet.
And so, as the group of you eat and drink and be merry, and eventually go to bed, that's where we're going to take our break. So, if you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages, and we'll be back in just a bit. We're back. So, yeah, God, OBS, please stop. Okay,
98%.
you all have a lovely dinner and drinks and sleep. Who's sleeping in what rooms? You got 3 rooms. Who all staying in what rooms?
I feel like the nobles are in one room.
Yep.
And to
come
staying in
on.
all of them.
Let's be clear which nobles. One of us is also a noble.
The three that are engaged.
Thank you.
So, those 3 are in one room. There are 2 rooms
I
left.
guess it depends on who wants to bunk.
Who wants to bunk with Scuzz?
So Scuzz is in another room.
Yes.
I feel like
Ariel
Ariel is the
will
one who
share a
demands
room
her
with
own room.
Scuzz. No, Ariel will share a room with Scuzz.
Alright,
Alright.
alright, let's go.
We're best friends. What are you talking about?
And Ithram in his own room. Gent and Titania make perception checks at disadvantage, and
Okay.
Are they
Valdeth
sight-based?
no, and Valdeth also make a perception check at disadvantage. This is while you're asleep,
Okay.
but the DC is
Alright,
higher for the
alright.
drunk ones.
But is
Fair.
it sight-based? 15.
13.
The back of my
Got
eyelids.
28.
You
Gent is the
all
lightest sleeper.
you all sleep through the night. Morning comes. Gent, as you groggily wake up blinking,
Mhm.
you notice a few things. One,
My goggles are gone. I'm gonna
your
be
goggles
pissed.
are gone.
Oh!
2, so is your coin purse.
Mhm.
3, so are your guns.
Oh. Oh. Oh, we are not happy.
I win. You can't steal my swords. They're in the infinite armory.
He'll
Go
pat
back to bed.
Titania on the shoulder.
I'm asleep.
Titania, love. Shake,
I'm
shake, shake,
asleep.
shake, shake. We've been robbed.
What?
That's
Would
the royal
Scuzz
we.
have noticed anything in the middle of the night?
Darling,
only
do
sleeps
you
for
have the
4
ability
hours.
to
I know.
scry on something of mine that has gone missing?
I sit up, look around, all my stuff's gone.
No, your
It's
stuff's
Gent
stuff's
stuff.
fine. Only Gent stuff is
Oh.
missing.
It's
Yep.
Gent stuff. Oh.
Only the person who slammed down gold on the table in the middle of the tavern.
Fair.
I don't know this. I don't know this country. I make bad decisions.
I don't have that spell today.
Why not?
Because I didn't think we had to go looking for something today, and also I was kind of drunk last night and didn't have time to meditate.
You prepare your spells in the morning.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I always think it's like the night before.
Oh, it's the morning. It's
But-
when you wake up.
Okay, I can.
Which makes that line funnier. It's like, I don't have that spell
Right.
prepared today. You haven't prepared your spells yet today. I don't have that spell prepared today.
Okay, I can.
Would you be willing,
Yeah.
out of the goodness of your heart and your love for me?
Yeah. Uh-huh. I can do a locate object, or I can do a scry. Either one.
I'll leave it up to your expertise as far as which one would probably be more tactically advantageous to figure out who has my things.
I feel like both might be relevant today, especially if they've built some distance beyond what the locate creature can do, or locate object can do.
Yeah, okay. I can get. Hang on, I gotta concentrate.
Are my hand
Uh,
axes still here?
Yes, your hand axes are.
Okay.
No, you gotta use
Unfortunate for
those.
the
Your tinker tools are also gone.
Fuck.
I'll get started looking
You were
while
robbed
you prepare.
blind.
Oh, hell yeah.
The DC was higher because you were drunk and asleep.
That's
Literally,
fair.
they took your glasses.
So I prepare scrying.
All right. What are you scrying
I'll-
on?
I am scrying on. Okay, so what's all gone?
My goggles.
Can you scry
And
on an
my
object?
guns.
No, you cannot scry an object.
Oh. Hang on. Gotta concentrate some more. I do.
You can scry on a person or a location.
Okay.
I mean, I've
The
got a
handle
pretty
of
good
my
idea.
gun is a location. No, just kidding.
That location is where the
Uh,
perpetrator is going to die.
Locate object. It only works within 1,000 feet of you.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, I've got
Well,
I've got a pretty good estimation of who might have stolen something. So
That. Yeah, might be that. Yep.
yes, the fellow keeping an eye on everyone and everything.
Oh.
Also, yeah. So
could be, yeah.
I did accidentally roll an insight check on that dude before I made the perception check. John, can I ask for a retroactive insight check after my perception check?
Sure. He was keeping an eye on people in the room.
I rolled a 7.
There was no instigation behind him. It was just like, I'm doing a job, and my job is keeping an eye on the people in the room.
I don't
Gen's
think
going
it
to
was
very
that
calmly
guy.
You're not in the room at
dressed.
the moment, Scuzz.
Scuzz,
Well-
apropos of nothing, wakes Ariel up going, I don't think it was that guy.
I don't think he was bad.
Delightful. Good night.
Gen's going to get up, get dressed while Titania is preparing, very calmly go downstairs to get a cup of tea and see who's still here in the morning.
Ivoran is there. Good morning.
Okay.
You had a fun night, it sounded like.
Yes, quite.
I'm just saying, 3 people in
Ah.
one room is very loud.
Thank you.
You look like you need a drink. Can I get you anything?
A cup of tea would be lovely, and a couple questions as far as who is still present from the company last evening. One of my things has gone missing, and while I don't want you to cast aspersions wildly, it would be nice to know who's still present.
Was it something particularly valuable?
It was.
Well, I mean, our caravanners are still here. And so it's like sort of gesturing around, and you can see that there's still a number of people that were here last night that just fell asleep at their tables.
Valdeth coming down. Is that fellow in the corner still here? Who was in the corner last night?
What fellow?
I'll take that as a no.
There's nobody there.
Dark-haired, dark-skinned fellow, sort of sitting back with a bow and the long sword.
It was a traveler came in, yeah. Didn't ask much of his business. Didn't seem like a personable type. Looked like he was just coming through.
Doesn't seem to be here anymore, so unless our sticky fingers is among the caravanners who are still hanging around for some reason, that seems like a likely suspect.
If you're looking for some place that they'd hawk it, most likely is if heading up to Micklethorpe.
Seems fair.
And there are lots of places in the city that don't really care where you get a thing from, if you catch my drift.
Mhm.
So long as you have a thing, they'll take your coin, or they'll give you coin. Speaking of which, he pulls out a pot, pours a cup for Gent. That'll be 5 copper.
Valdeth puts down 5 copper.
Thank you.
Thank you, love.
I really hope that we were robbed by the local bandits.
I
I really, really hope so.
We get to kill your other characters.
Who are the worst?
But yeah, Micklethorpe would be where I'd suggest if you're looking for something that's been lost as what needs finding.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's quite helpful.
I'll let Titania know we're probably looking for that fellow from last night. See if her spell can find him.
That would be lovely. I'm going to get a little more information from this fine proprietor who is a credit to his career.
And then after that, the group of us will go and talk to the caravanners just in case.
Splendid. Thank you.
Valdeth goes up to tell Titania, it's probably, if we're looking for somebody, it's probably that shady dude from the corner. Because he's the only one who's not here.
Okay. Yeah, I can scry on him. Hang on. Okay, first time doing this. I think I have to concentrate and definitely gotta
Is my
look at it.
ring missing?
Yes.
Okay.
I cast scrying. So I
Alright.
have met the target, so it's a 0 save modifier.
Yeah.
I don't have any other connection. And they make a wisdom save.
Rolled a natural
based
20.
Okay.
So
We
you
got
scry
24 hours immunity to it.
and nothing. It's like the person doesn't even exist.
I'm not getting anything. Are we sure it wasn't like? No. I looked at because I definitely looked at him with the goggles on. He's not a demon. So I don't know.
You looked at him with the goggles
nothing.
on while you weren't tuned to them, so it
To
was
be
just
fair,
looking
Gent
through
also
goggles.
looked at it with the goggles on.
Tanya would not know that. I don't think. I got nothing. I can
Alright,
see if
well.
it's in the room or in the building at least.
You can check the vicinity, yes, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Let's see.
Gen's following conversation with Everin is basically just going to be him gleaning as much information about the local area so that he can sort of get a feel for what is Beckerland like, kind of in general, just local knowledge sort of thing.
Well, primarily, Beckerland sees all the trade caravans coming through the various nations. We're the only land route that you can get out to the coast down here, where the Trade Alliance has all of their establishments on the for free trade here that isn't controlled by Everstone on this side of the island. Homesund is sort of like a market town. Micklethorpe is the only real proper city in Beckerland, ruled over by the Baron. The Baron of Beckerland has an estate further north of Micklethorpe. And there's this group of bandits that moved in about a year ago or so. South of here, there's an old abandoned town, got overrun with undead and things like that a long time ago, and then no one ever moved back and rebuilt it. A couple of folks said they've seen activity there, but they're not really good at the whole banditting thing, or at least not as far as we've been made aware of. So mostly the folks just leave them alone.
I see.
They came into town a while back talking about some folks getting trapped in a painting. If that tells you about how clever these particular guys are.
Reasonable. Excellent. Well, thank you. If someone was to require ammunition and that sort of things, would Micklethorpe be the best place to look for purchasing those sort of supplies?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Don't see too many people. You're talking about like crossbows and things like that.
Firearms, mostly.
Don't have too many firearms here in Beckerland. That's mostly up in Everstone.
For black powder and those sort of items, I understand. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
You might find an enthusiast in Micklethorpe, but
more of a shot in the dark, as it were.
certainly.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, passes the cup and saucer back. Thank you so much. We'll probably be departing within an hour or so, I would think.
Not a problem. Take your time. One day I'm going to use that voice for a player character.
Right?
I only ever use it for NPCs.
And Gent's going to go back up to check on Titania's progress.
Yep. I'm gonna see if locate object pings anything.
What are you locating?
Probably the gun.
Which gun?
The
creepy one.
The creepy one, yeah.
Finger for the provide?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It pings.
Oh.
Just
Where?
outside your window.
Oh, I open the window and lean out and look.
So you're on the second floor. You look down. There's like a ditch on this side of the thing, and there is a small bit of blackened bone in the ditch.
Oh, hey, get your guns down there.
Gent is probably about halfway up the stairs at this point.
It looks like a valueless bone when it's in its natural state. So it's like, I don't need this.
The hilt.
Splendid.
I'm gonna check
They
on
have
some
a
of the other stuff.
Goggles, probably. Those are probably the
Gog-
shiniest, and well,
Okay.
or my ring would be the other.
Okay. I'll
Both your signet ring and your wedding ring, by the way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'll probably.
I don't think I've made the
locate-
wedding ring yet.
No,
Have
he
you not?
hasn't.
I've only designed them. I haven't made
Then
them
just
yet.
the signet ring.
I've
Just the
been
signet
needing to get the materials and the help to make the rings.
Mhm.
Go grab my fucking gun, at least. Mm.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah,
I'm wi-
the finger of the profane is down there. You're still attuned to it.
Yep. Mm.
Do I have to cast it again to
No, you'd have to
switch
cast it again
focus
to
on?
switch to a different item.
Okay, I'll do that for the signet ring. I think.
All right, you cast it again for the signet ring. No
Mhm.
pings.
The ring's not coming up with anything.
All right, so it's a ways away, which means they're probably on their road to Micklethorpe then.
Oh, that's a fun word. But
It's the town further north of here where they might be able to sell some of that. So we should probably get there as quickly as we can.
Also, at this
okay.
point, the other three of you have definitely woken up and heard the commotion coming out of the triplet room.
Mm. Yeah.
So-
Gent stamps back up, boots muddy, teeth grinding.
So Gant got robbed, so we're gonna go. We're gonna get on the road to everyone.
Make an intelligence check, Gent.
Not at disadvantage anymore. 22.
As you're sort of like frustrated and thinking about it, you remember that you saw a person moving through the ethereal realm last night.
Mm-hmm.
Not just fish.
Right.
A person.
Which wall did they walk through?
One of the outside walls.
Do I
Nope.
know which one?
You don't remember. You just remember that you had sort of seen them idly, and your drunken self had sort of just
Right. Yep.
let go of that image. But
There was a single person that was in the ethereal last night. I walked through one of the walls, leaving this tavern in
coming in.
whatever. They came in. Sorry, coming in. So I don't know if there's a haunting or someone who's simply capable of ignoring physical barriers.
Are they still here? Because if they're in the ethereal,
I
plane
don't
and
have
stuff-
my goggles. I won't be able to tell.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Too soon.
Well, the best way to, according to the information we got, the best place to sell any of that would be up in Micklethorpe. So we'd best start moving our way there.
Okay, that's on the way.
Yes, that's the direction we were heading anyway. Yes.
But you still have your gun, and it's.
Oh,
just-
yes, and I hopefully will have a chance to introduce them to it.
Okay. It is just stuff.
It is just things, yes.
Okay. We'll head out.
Splendid.
It's just things, and also a fuck ton of gold and platinum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's not his entire bank account, but it was whatever he was carrying
No.
on him.
Titania's not very attached to herself. so-
More than 3,000 in terms of gold.
Yeah.
They had a really good payday.
Oh, yes, they did.
We hit the mother load, and then you show up and you're like,
And
hi.
in the other campaign where these guys are the protagonists, they are feeling great.
God, I want to put that in the game now. Like, to murder hobos, just like go up to a room, like, we stole from them, yay! And then 2 days later, the people show up, and then
So the Beckerland Bandits campaign started with all of the Beckerland Bandits getting thrown into hell after a bunch of adventurers blew them up with fireballs because they pissed off a wandering party of adventurers.
Yep.
Hey, look,
Yep.
it's a repeat.
It's gonna be lightning bolt this time.
But we're ready to head out.
All right, so you gather your party and venture forth.
We want to cover as much ground as quickly as we can.
Is there anything any of you can magically do about that?
What a minute.
Is there a limit to how often I can transform with this blade? Because it doesn't say one.
Once per shorter, or it should be once per long rest.
It just says the transformation lasts for a minute or until you end it as a bonus action. Doesn't have a you can't use this until so long again.
Oh.
I can.
It should be once per short or long rest.
Okay.
I
I can use my
really
dagger.
fast. I can
What does
move
that-
really fast.
All right. Well,
If I put my arms behind me, I can run really fast. But if I
And...
do that dimension door thingy,
Okay, there it goes.
it's more of a bit of a one-off, though.
2. I
Two
can do it
off.
twice.
I see. Save that until we actually catch up with them and need to either cut them off or ambush them suddenly.
Oh no, I lied. I can use it until next sunrise. There's another thing I can also use it for, but I don't like that one as much.
All right.
All right. Well, let's make ground as quickly as we can.
All right.
Push it!
You head off.
Scuzz puts his arms behind him and he begins to run.
So, are
He
you
goes very fast.
are you walking but at a pace, or are you running? All of you.
I mean, running isn't really sustainable for the entire trip to Micklethorpe.
To
is it?
Micklethorpe, yep.
Yeah.
So walking with a pace then.
Yep.
Yeah,
Walking with a
fast,
purpose.
Walking with a
Fast
purpose.
pace, yeah.
Yep. Sustainable push travel.
So you move. You focus on moving and you move. The roads are fairly clear as you're going. Leaving behind the caravan. There's not looking out. There's not a lot other than like rolling hills to break your line of sight to the horizon. Obviously, rolling hills blocking your line of sight to Micklethorpe because you can't see it yet. But you begin moving north. Valdeth, the valley is fairly small as compared to the rest of Morn. It's not very populated, not a lot of people here, and not a lot of space here. So it should take you probably at this pace a day to get to Micklethorpe.
Mm-hmm.
Someone roll me a D100.
Sure.
I will.
Okay, go for it. I keep saying sure, and then someone else says they will.
Goddamn. 6.
So about 30 minutes out, it's a lovely, sunny, clear day. All of a sudden, a storm just starts as clouds very rapidly roll in and rain begins to pour. And you are slowed on your journey. The road, while maintained fairly well, is dirt and thus becomes mud, forcing you to sort of get off the road into the grass as you walk so that you don't just slip and fall, which also means that you sort of slow your pace.
Theoretically, it also means anyone ahead of us also slows their pace.
Theoretically, yes. It means that anyone ahead of you also
Your mic
slows
just cut
down.
out.
Was it only for you guys, because OBS is hearing me fine. Zoom being Zoom.
Yeah.
But yeah, theoretically, it also slows down whoever's ahead of you. Make me survival checks.
I'll do
Everyone can
I'll
do it
assist.
if they so desire.
23.
I'll take the assistance then from Gent.
Sure.
21.
6.
All right. So the 23 and 21 at the top. You're making decent progress. You're not being slowed down as much as you would be otherwise by the storm. And by the end of the day, by the time the sun goes down, you are on a hill where you can see Micklethorpe in the distance, this sort of beginning to light up walled settlement along the river. That it's fairly, like, it's nowhere near, it's not as big as Taram. Obviously, very few things are. But it is bigger. It's a larger city than Grifftop, as an example of scale. So you could probably fit. It's probably the size of like if you pulled Genties away from Taram and just closed the circle, it'd be about that.
Yeah.
big.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Well, let's see what we can find, I suppose.
Oy, let's see if we can locate our missing items.
So from this hill, it'll take you about an hour to get to the gates, and that's an hour in the dark. Do you want to press on and get to Micklethorpe now, or
Yes.
sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gen's going to vote push on.
All right. You arrive at the gates of Micklethorpe. There's a line.
I got
First
my
of all,
ghost lantern.
you have ghost lantern, blue lights. There's a line of people waiting to get through the gates. You see, there's a pair of guards, one of whom is straining at his armor. Size-wise, as the pair of them are sort of checking people in, checking what they're doing, getting them through. And as there are only two of them, it's taking a little while. There's about 13 people ahead of you in this line.
About that, love.
Mhm.
How much pull does your bloodline have in this territory?
Not as much in Beckerland. We're kind of the people from up north who don't interact much.
Understood. Well then, never mind.
After about 30 minutes, the line gets to you.
Well, about 10 minutes into that, while we're Ithram is gonna just pull everybody to the side. One moment while we stand here, and he's going to ritually cast Rary's telepathic bond, so that if we so decide to split up, we can still communicate for the next hour.
Ooh.
Without having to use the link pearls.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, did they steal your link pearl?
No, it's not Silly Pro.
Okay.
It'd be very hard to try and take that out of his ear while he's asleep.
Ah,
They took his signet ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yours is pierced, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a piercing versus a worn ring, two different things.
Yeah.
Also, no, you had started wearing it. I was thinking about you had previously just been wearing it around your neck.
Oh, my signet ring? Yeah, no, he's been wearing that on his hand openly now. Yep.
Yep.
The signet ring was probably like the last thing they took.
Yeah.
So yeah, after about 30 minutes, you get up to the thing, the larger of the two guards. Right, welcome to the city of Micklethorpe, underneath Baron. I forgot the Baron's name. Holy shit!
I was ready for that to be in character.
No, that was me.
These that would have been hilarious.
The Baron.
Any business here?
Baron Dorable of Baron Dorable. Dorable, D-O-R-A. I like adorable.
Oh,
Right.
Baron.
I have to make a check real quick.
Baron
Sorry.
Dorable.
He's a sturdy fellow. Very, very damage resistant. This fellow.
This guy doesn't say anything.
Baron
But you can see
Dorable,
like
City of
the
Micklethorpe.
smile.
Please state your business and intent.
The Steelhearts are coming in to look for lost goods and also make our way further north afterwards.
Steel Arts, you some sort of
Mercenary group, yes.
mercenary group. Okay. Where you hailing from?
Taram.
Oh, that's a long way.
Yes, it is.
You get the sense that he has no idea where Taram is, but the fact that he doesn't know where it is means that it's a long way.
Means
Yeah.
Far away.
Oh, just need you to sign in.
Valdeth will sign the information.
Roderick, bring over the charter. And the smaller one brings over a book. That's like a guest book, basically.
Yeah. Valdeth will sign the information in.
Pardon me, gentlemen, but have both of you been on duty all day?
Well, our shift start at sundown, so. We just
Right.
started a little
Do
while
you
ago.
know if there was any record of, and Gent will give the best description of the shady dude from last night that he can manage?
Looks at the book. There's no physical descriptions in the book, so
And you can't expect him to remember longer
You
than
d-
10 minutes ago.
you didn't personally see anybody by that description enter. I absolutely understand.
If they entered, then they entered before the sun went down.
Hmm. All right. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Welcome to Micklethorpe.
Do you know of any good places to stay where a traveler might end up? Or if you're going to go sell some things, possibly?
He thinks for a minute. Then his eyes cross.
It becomes a second minute.
It becomes a second minute.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
You can try the gigantic mango.
It's a great name.
Sorry, what?
At the local delicacy.
No, it's a tavern with attached in the gigantic mango.
Did
You
they
can't
do
miss
it
it.
with- Okay.
Is it
I'm
made
sure
from
we
a
won't.
gigantic mango?
No, that would smell awful.
Not if it were magically preserved.
Yeah.
He looks
That
at
does
you
not
like
get distracted.
he had never thought of that before.
Magic solves all your problems.
You know, you're right. We should tell them about that.
Right? Oh no, Scuzz is bonding.
Come along, Buckets. Let's see what we can find. We'll need your particular sociable talents in this one. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okie dokie.
Valdeth looks over her shoulder. Audio, this might also be your expertise as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Jeremy has having his work flooded by Disney right now.
Yeah.
well, and not just Disney, like also just
Also the normal stuff.
also the normal stuff. You know, 2020 people dying, etc.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, you enter into the town.
Yep.
It's not hard to find the gigantic mango because it looks like it's a building shaped like a mango.
Mm-hmm.
It was close.
I love it.
It's a building shaped like a mango. It doesn't even have a sign because when you look at it, your first thought is, "That's a gigantic
That's
mango."
a gigantic mango.
It's the name,
There we go.
the gigantic mango.
I love
Perfect.
it. We could have built
Very
a
much
house
here
like
for
this.
this.
You know, now that I think about it, mangoes aren't that distinctive of fruit. It'd be one thing if it was like a strawberry or like a pineapple.
Who, li-
Or a peach, even.
who lives in a mango within the valley?
Braggarts and bandits.
The thing about the mango though is the colorization where it goes
I
from
see.
red
Right.
to yellow to green, and this does. It's like a
Mm.
large pear-shaped building that goes from red to yellow to green as it goes up.
Sometimes
Nice.
pears also go from red to yellow to green. I'm nitpicking. I'm excited.
There's a lot of fruit.
Well,
Maybe they'll have a fruit bar.
Everyone else goes, "That looks like a mango."
Maybe
Scuzz
they'll
goes,
have
"Looks
a
like
fruit
pear."
bar. Sorry, that got Nikki.
You open the door and walk in, and think about any Hawaiian-themed bar you've ever been in.
Mm.
It's that.
it's a
Mm.
fucking tiki
Tra-
bar in the
Trader
middle
Vic's.
of a...
Anybody's been to Dragon Con, Trader Vic's.
Yeah, like it's like the furniture is all carved in the shape of various fruits. There are like colorful wreaths hanging from all over the place. There's a pine tree in one corner. There is like
Gent kind of leans over to Ariel. is it just me, or do you feel slightly stickier just looking at this?
I prefer not to feel that way at all, so I just pretend it isn't the
That's
case.
probably smarter.
This place
It's
is
Mind over
unreasonably
matter, dear.
saccharine.
I love it.
This is
Of course
awesome.
you would.
Are they playing like fantasy
There's a dude with
Beach Boys?
no, there's a dude with a ukulele like in the corner just plucking away.
Ah,
Is it
Beach
good
bards?
plucking?
It's okay plucking.
Is he playing fantasy Margaritaville?
Yes, he's definitely playing Margaritaville. Not even fantasy Margaritaville.
Just
Actual
regular
Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
yeah.
Actual
Wasted
margarita.
where you getting Margaritaville.
I accept this. That's hilarious.
Looking for
All
my
right.
lost pencil. Lost. I don't even know
Shaker
what-
of salt.
Shaker of salt, but I was trying to think of a different term than shaker. I went like
They've had salt shakers for a very long
pinch
time.
of,
Yeah.
but anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
If they have
Salt
guns, they
cellar.
have salt shakers.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
fine.
Yeah, like
Mm.
how else do you
Speaking
put
of
just the
which-
right amount of salt on your?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're
So-
me, you just take the bag and you go.
and
But that's me.
at the bar there is a large, you're assuming Earth Ganassi, that has like bits of plant growing off of them at various places.
Oh, this is
And just
exciting.
walks straight up.
wearing a floral patterned shirt.
Yep. Slaps that open hand on the bar.
Please
Excuse
tell
me, I'm looking for where someone would go in this town to sell contraband.
The Earth Ganassi looks down at you.
You did not read on that mic.
The Earth Ganassi looks down at you. I don't know why Zoom is not listening to me, but leans forward very slowly, puts his massive rocky hand next to yours. What kind of contraband are you looking for?
Valdez steps up and just kind of puts a hand on Gent's shoulder. What he's trying to say is he's had some of his very valuable equipment stolen from him, and this seems like the most likely place to try and sell it. We're trying to recover it before that happens.
The sound of like rocks grinding together as the head turns. So you're looking for a fence.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Where a hedge? Where's Gus found a pineapple just around? You'll never know.
You all watch as Scuzz is eating a plastic pineapple. Doesn't seem phased.
No.
There are a few places where you could find stolen goods for sale in the town.
And where would those be?
If you go Riverside, there
Ariel's just like, nope, and walks out.
Earth Ganassi.
I had a minute and it was done.
as John intentionally
Time's
does his
up,
best
walks
sloth
away.
impression just to piss Gent off and Ariel.
If
Ariel's not
you-
pissed. She's just like, nope, I know I'm going to be, so let's just
If
remove ourselves from this situation.
If you go down Riverside, there are any number of dive bars that operate under a, shall we say, seedier. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the idea of somebody who talks that slow, extending his sentence with like, shall
Right,
we
yep.
say,
Yep.
seedier.
Ariel left for this Genasi's safety.
Aspect
Riverside Way.
of our citizens. Yes.
Excellent. Have you today, yes or no, seen a gentleman who matches following description? Hmm?
No.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your help. You've been extraordinarily fantastic. Valdeth, I'm broke. Would you pay the man?
Yes, Valdeth will leave him. Honestly, at this point, she's just gonna put down a gold piece.
Would you care for anything to drink or eat?
Not at the moment. Perhaps later.
Certainly. Have
Riverside,
a
everybody.
wonderful day.
And we're out the door.
Bye. I'm
Thank you.
leaving. Bye. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for the pineapple.
Because I don't think that's
All
true.
right, find that avenue or road or street or whatever.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Delightful. 7.
You're looking for a street named Riverside Way.
Yep.
I have the assumption that he's talking about the side of the city that is closer to the river, which, considering where Micklethorpe is, that would probably be on the right-hand side.
It's a good assumption.
That's the thing. It's in between two rivers.
Yeah, but it seems
Right.
closer to the river on the right, as far as I can tell on the map.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, as everyone's like barreling forward looking for, I'm gonna snag someone. and
20
say,
insight.
Excuse me, sorry. Could you? We're looking for Riverside.
That's just the east side of the city. Valdeth.
I was
Yeah,
right.
it's just the east side of the city.
Right. Yep. There you go.
I mean,
Good job.
something,
Good job.
something specific on Riverside you looking for?
Yeah, someplace. We're looking for some fence.
Ah, looks at you knowingly. I mean, I hear there's lots of, shady stuff that happens in Riverside. I don't know specifically where, though.
Oh no, yeah, you wouldn't know specifically,
no.
but if you had heard someplace, like any place, somewhere where someone might sell some goggles,
I mean,
or
just keep an eye out for where the guard aren't. And he starts walking away.
bye.
Walk into town. Hi, we're looking to commit crimes.
Gent and Scuzz, meanwhile, you're looking. There are no street signs in this goddamn town.
How you supposed to find out where you are? There are no street signs.
East, Valdeth says, and we start going.
All right. Fantastic.
Oh,
Hey,
Velda, before you
everyone.
go too far, can I
Hi.
please have my chronicle back?
Yes, I will
come
give the
up
chronicle
and
back to-
hey, we're kind of going into the shadier side of town, which hang on to your purses.
Yes, Valdeth says as she puts her
Not
coin
something
purse.
I have to worry about.
As she puts her coin purse in the bra of holding.
Yes, yep, I'm gonna do that too. My valuable things.
You just
Anyone
I
else
don't have a
need?
purse.
you pull open Valdez's tunic and shove him down.
Just throwing stuff into Valdeth's cleavage, one after the other.
I don't have any valuables on me. All my weapons are in the armory. Unless someone accidentally took my fire and my acid bottles, then that would be bad.
Do you want me to store them for you?
Yes, please.
Pull
It
up
would be
Valdez's
funny though to
shirt.
see.
Not Titania has her own.
I know
Yeah.
it. It's just funny. The image of Titania just like, do you want me to store them for you? Pulls open Valdez's shirt.
Skuz looks at Titania. Is like, Titania, can you just make like a ball of brambles?
Yes.
Can I have one, please?
Oh, not for like. It's a spell. It just does it like
Aw, man.
instantly.
I just
Also,
thought
I
it'd
don't
be
think I have that spell today. There are a lot of spells.
Can't Druidcraft make like a very simple just ball of brambles because it can make very simple plant life stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Druidcraft
Oh
can
yeah,
do
yeah. I do Druidcraft. It's like a
You druid craft
Think-
a bramble ball.
Skuz puts it
softball
in
size.
puts it in his pack and it's just like, he.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ithermal, if either one of you will hold this, and he holds out his coin purse.
Sure, Valdeth will take it and store it.
Yep. Okay.
Titania, love, how many more times can you ping my lost items?
Oh, well, quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
All right.
8. 8 times.
Okay, well, let's focus on the
Definitely.
goggles because honestly, they're probably the most valuable, and see what we can find.
Okay.
Let's get a good ways into the eastern side of town before we start spending spells.
Yes.
While we're walking, I'm just going to use one of the charges from the Chronicle to swap out Arcane Bombardment for Telekinesis.
All right. So you walk east. Eventually, so the eastern wall. So yeah, you saw from outside that the town was circled, and it's only on the one river. It's not really close enough to the other river to be touching it. I know distances on this map aren't accurate, but you know, you walk over to the eastern side, and basically what happened is they built the wall over the river. So like it goes all the way across, and then there are portcullises that let things through the river, and then there is a bit of town on the other side of the river. The other side of the river, in the shadow of the wall, looks dingy as fuck. Like this side of the river is like, you know, not great compared to Taram, but it's like if Bucket Street was an entire side of a river.
Thanks.
Legit.
It's Sector 7 on one side of a river.
Yeah. It's the slum.
Yeah.
It's the slum of the relatively slum town.
Yeah. It's the slummy part of the slum place. There are like rickety wooden bridges that cross that are very clearly designed to be hauled up. In fact, some of them are currently hauled back so that boats can go through.
Gent's going for one of the ones that is not hauled back.
They're all currently hauled back because there is like
okay.
there's like a large ship laden with cargo heading south.
As soon as it goes by and one of the bridges comes back down, we cross over.
And like as that like a whistle blows and people start crossing the bridge, you join them crossing over. Get to the other side, and
Gent's looking around for anything that looks like a fence.
give me a perception check.
Okay.
Right. Now that we're on this side of the river, Titania is probably a good time to start using that.
That's a gate. That's a wall. That's
a fence.
No,
yep.
No fences really. Like it's just
15.
With the 15, there's a number of places that are very clearly shops. Like, you know, hey, you know, buy and sell, you know. Several of them have like as you're sort of perusing, many things are just what seem like various baubles, like whatever they could find, like digging around in the trash. Nothing jumps out at you as this is where I sell stolen goods.
Right.
Titania, you cast locate object.
Yeah, I'll do that again.
You get a ping.
Okay.
Coming from below the ground.
Oh, it's underground. From like right under where we are.
I mean, it's like further into the Riverside Way and down.
Okay. It's underground. Maybe they've got underground shops here.
Probably either there's a way probably either a way to get underground within one of these buildings, or there's just a sewer entrance somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. I'll lead the group kind of to where I find that.
You definitely saw somebody just dumping their refuse into an alleyway as you were walking through town.
So probably not a sewer entrance. There's probably a way to get underground in one of these buildings.
Skuzz is going to use a thing that he has never had to use before. He is going to look and see if anybody is using Thieves' Cant.
Ah, yeah.
Make an investigation check.
I will also do that.
Yes, join me, fellow rogue.
Idea.
An 11.
Join me, fellow rogues.
Join me, fellow rogues.
Hello, fellow kids.
21.
Ooh.
Skuzz, you absolutely find like various things scrawled on walls that are talking about how, you know, the person inside is a jackass kind of thing. Ariel, on the other hand, you find a series of instructions sort of obliquely placed in certain areas that would lead you to a fence. The kind of thing that you might have seen in Taram
Right.
similarly. Seems to be guiding you towards a cellar door. It's like in Thieves' Cant, like the Thieves' Cant is like, it's like a money sign plus a door. So like cellar door,
Right.
cellar door.
Cellar door. Yeah.
Right, then this way, everyone.
You lead them through the maze of like sort of rundown huts and things, and eventually, yeah, there you see in sort of a backyard there is a fairly large looking cellar door with an ogre sitting on top of it.
We're either going to have a password, or bribe this person, or beat his ass into the fucking ground.
My vote's on number 3.
Let's see if the
You
first two
forbid.
work first.
Are just selling stuff that they aren't the ones who stole your stuff, Gent.
Yeah, the ogre's not the problem. Let's see if we can solve with one of the first two options.
I mean, the
Valdez-
ogre's a problem, not this particular problem.
Yes, Valdez approaches.
The ogre is currently in the
I'll
middle
come
of
up beside you.
using what looks like the bone of a very large creature with like sharp bits stuck into it to scratch his back.
Mhm.
I'm going to use another charge as we walk up to, without using any components or verbally or somatic or anything, cast Detect Thoughts as we walk up.
I will use charges to conjure barrage. No, I won't.
Please tell me the ogre has the Patrick Star thing of just a container of milk flipping over on it.
So you're detecting the thoughts of the ogre?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just surface thoughts right now.
Right now, its surface thoughts are that its back is itchy and that there's someone approaching.
Yep.
Morning. Looking to come in to
Evening.
buy and sell.
Sun's
Evening.
not out.
Not yet. We'll be in a
Very
bit.
early morning.
What you want?
Looking to come down to buy and sell.
Password.
Does he
Does-
surface
does-
think the password? Like if they don't say no.
No.
Yeah, was there any indication of what the password would have been from any of the
Yes.
instructions?
Yeah, you would have gotten the password. It's not actually a word. It's a handshake.
All right. I walk up, pause, roll my eyes as I'm about to do a fucking code handshake.
Secret handshake. Yes.
You do the secret
Fucking-
handshake with the ogre?
Yeah,
Ba-la-la?
I look at the ogre and I'm like, fucking really, this fine. Yep.
You reach out. They do. The ogre's surprisingly deft and agile hands as you go through an intricate handshake. Right, you good.
Please tell me,
Shifts over.
just please tell me there is no point in it where you have to go.
You do, but the mouth noises aren't required.
It's
Okay.
just a fist bump and pull back.
Yeah.
The actually awkward part was when the ogre got up and you guys did the hip bump.
Yeah, the ogre slides over, reaches over,
Your head down.
grabs the ring, opens up the door. You head down. Door closes behind you, and you hear the ogre settle back on top of it again.
Gus instinctively just prestidigitates Ariel's hands, like
Thank you.
his hands don't look clean.
Oh no,
His
there
hands
was
were definitely
there
not
was
clean.
definitely like sort of a milky curd-like substance on the hands.
Gross. Gross. His hands
So-
weren't clean, but literally, and also he steals things.
So going into this, are we all of the general agreement that if we're not going to just get these things back by talking, we're not paying a goddamn gold to these people. We're taking it back
Of
by
course
force.
not. I'm broke and I need my things back, so it's not exactly like I can pay them in anything except lead and bone fragments.
This Gus pulls up his hood.
Let's see
how talking goes first. But
let's see how the conversation goes. There may be some way. I am not averse to paying for information.
this is fair.
Paying for information, fine. Paying to get the items back, fuck that noise. But
Exactly.
But if we can just like scare them into giving it to us.
Absolutely, yes. We'll
They have
see if
spells
we'll
for
see
that.
we'll see if words work first.
we don't start with the scaring, we start with the friendly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. If they don't work, these people are getting fucking destroyed.
As you make that sort of thought, and you step out into the central area that is underground, you see basically an underground city
Mhm.
as you step out into this cavernous expanse. And you see the first thing you see patrolling various aisles and alleyways are various groups of armed and armored Duragar and Drow.
Hey,
Hmm.
well then.
Welcome to the Underdark.
Quick head count. There's probably about 100 of them
Mhm.
patrolling.
Deal with our particular target. Do you still have a ping on that?
Do I?
How long does look at object last?
10 minutes?
Yeah, you still have a ping on it.
Okay, yeah. It's and I'll point.
Yeah, and so
direction.
you maneuver. It's actually much better maintained down here than it is above. Like above was like slum, and you're realizing that that's just sort of a disguise because this is very well
It's
maintained.
a beard.
Yeah, this is a very well maintained like stone buildings, marketplace, town. It's actually kind of a nicer town down here than it is up top in general.
Welcome to Skullport.
Kind of, yeah. There is actually like on one side you can actually see the river flowing with a little bit of light coming in through that, giving sort of a blue ambient light that is not direct sunlight, so it doesn't hurt the eyes of the people that are down here.
Wait a
I
minute.
wonder who's the bandit legion leader is here.
Did you just call Skullport nice?
No, but Skullport in general is nicer than Micklethorpe.
All right, that conjures an image.
Yep, right?
That absolutely conjures an image because Skullport is the shittiest shithole in Faerun.
Is it shittier than Luskin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
One
Like, I'm
hundo.
exaggerating a bit. There are obviously like
Yeah.
underground cities and the like that are worse. But in terms of like actual like civilized like large cities, it is the shittiest shithole that ever shitholed.
Yeah, this place isn't like great on the standards of Taram, but it's definitely leagues better than the above ground here in Micklethorpe. On one side there's this river. On the other side there's a giant turtle head. That is like sort of coming out. That is like coming out of the earthen wall.
Alive?
Oh yeah, it's breathing. It's sort of looking around. See the eye gazing around.
Cool.
It's no giant armadillo.
No. But
All right, let's focus.
Cool.
Yes.
You know what kind of
Okay,
creature
I'm
this is? Just
focusing.
out of as we pass by.
Give me a nature check. I mean, you're not passing by it. You can see it from the other
I
side
would
of the
like to
town.
make
Yeah.
a nature check, yes.
Yeah, you make a nature check.
8.
12.
8.
Uh,
I'm great at nature.
Giant fucking turtle.
nature.
7. We're doing great, everybody. Great rolls tonight. Just A+.
Just real top notch.
I think I've rolled over 10 once.
15?
17, 15.
Ariel, you
How did the nobles do the best on this?
Apparently, we're reading the wrong books.
Ariel, you're thinking about what's on the other side of the wall, which is like a particularly large hill that goes that's covered in forests.
Right.
This is an adamantoise, which is a massive fucking turtle that has natural deposits of adamantine growing. Adamantine or adamantite?
Adamantine.
Yeah, adamantine growing
If
in
it's
its
D&D,
shell.
it's adamantine. If it's Marvel, it's adamantium.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's the kind of creature that has naturally occurring deposits of adamantine in its shell. And also eats whole villages occasionally.
Right, don't fuck with this one.
Noted.
Yeah. I couldn't hear anything you said other than "it's cool," Mara.
It's cool. That's pretty much what I said.
Okay.
I made noises and then it's cool.
Excellent. Where are we going, love?
Oh, that way.
So, you eventually find yourself at a stall where there's a Durgar, long white beard, well groomed, standing there. You don't see anything. You don't see any items specifically on display. There is just a series of boxes with that are closed with prices on them. Hang on one second.
What, do you all want one of the rogues to do the talking, or should Valdez
I can
take?
do it.
And there is a sign that says there's a sign that just says Mukruki's mystery boxes.
This is definitely a thing where either the rogues or myself should be stepping forward.
Yes, as
Do you want Scuzz to talk?
I can.
Or do you want Scuzz to do other things that he's much better at?
I think Scuzz should do things that you are much better at. Thank you.
let's let you, Valdez, you start. If I need to jump in, I will help.
All right.
Scuzz is going to stealth away.
I will ask Titania which box are the things we're looking for in.
Can I pinpoint which box?
Yeah. It's actually a box that is priced at about 300 gold.
Okay.
Just like sort of on the shelf behind and up to the right of him.
Okay, it's that one.
Okay. Thank you. And Valdeth will step forward. Evening, friend.
I walk up. I step up with, but just staying quiet for now.
Welcome to Mukruki's mystery boxes. Has the enticement of the unknown drawn you to my wares?
Actually, it's the enticement of the quite very honestly well-known.
Well then, what is it you know?
Well, I know that one of my good friend's items was stolen last night from the inn at the crossroads, and we know that they've come here, and we'd very much like to get them back.
Well, I do apologize for your friend's loss, but here in the undermarket, we have a strict don't ask, don't tell policy as to the sources of our items.
Of course.
You come here telling me sad story about items being stolen. It's sad for you, but I have no proof or knowledge of these.
Of course.
How about this? How about a wager? I can tell you at least exactly one of the items, and I can probably tell you exactly which box it's in. If I do, you give it back to us.
Looks at you and sort of strokes his beard. I mean, that sounds like a good deal for you, but not a good deal for me. I assume you have
If I'm
some
wrong,
knowledge
I buy the
of
entire
a specific
box.
thing.
I do.
Tell
If
you
I'm wrong, I
what,
buy the entire box.
if you can name everything in the box, then we have a deal. That would be impressive.
And was Titania pinging the goggles or the rings?
Just
the ring.
The goggles.
Just the goggles.
Okay, just the
Yep.
goggles. Yep.
The difficulty there, my friend, is that we don't know if the items were split up. We don't know if you purchased necessarily all the items. And to be clear, we're certainly not blaming you or casting any aspersion upon your business. You don't know what's sold here. You don't know what is found in a cave deep below or lifted off somebody in the streets.
Or adventurers that have a habit of killing bandits and selling their wares on later.
Of course, exactly.
Many's a family that has come here seeking justice for their wrongfully killed bandit friends, and we feed them to the turtle.
Here's a thought. If we were able to provide you with what the item is, I'm certain that, well, you may not know, have any proof that it was stolen, I'm certain you're the kind of person who doesn't forget a face or a name or such details. You let us know who sold it to you, and if we can get that person to come and give the money back, you provide it back to us.
Thanks for a minute.
Then you're not out anything. We've handled our business.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Can my contribution to this conversation be providing
Yeah,
assistance?
one of you can make a persuasion with advantage, basically.
Mine is +7. How's yours?
Go for it. +3.
25.
Now, it's poor business to ask a merchant their sources.
Of course.
However, I can see that you have his gestures toward. How far away are the rest of you standing?
Not more
Oh,
than
Gent
15,
is
20 feet.
literally right behind the pair of them.
Gestures towards Gent. I can see you have an antsy young man there who likely is going to get himself and the rest of you killed if I don't give you something. So, how about this? Name your item, if I have it. You pay me what I paid for it, which is less than the box, obviously. And I will return it to you.
The box is 300 gold?
Yeah.
Which means this person had no idea what the value of the stuff he was hawking was. Okay.
He's not attuned to it. As far as he's aware, it's just a fucking, like, weird-looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she looks over her shoulder. This is something I'm willing to do for not dealing with the sheer amount of stupid. So,
Agreed.
Gent, the list of all of the things that you're missing.
He'll spill them out, but the goggles are, of course, at the top of the list.
Well, I'm sad to say that my source only sold me 2 of those items. I have a ring with a fancy symbol on it, and a pair of goggles.
Thank you. Not necessarily sharing your source, but would you be willing to share where someone might go to sell a firearm? Or any of the others?
Firearm, they probably would have kept. That is a powerful weapon to have in these parts where there are not many firearms.
Fair. Which means if we find the firearm, we'll probably find him.
But for the goggle and the ring, I paid 100 gold.
I will put down 100 gold.
He reaches back over, grabs the 300 gold box, puts it down, opens it, pulls out the goggles. I mean, what? They look fancy, but not useful to me. Closes the box, puts it back up, reaches over, grabs a 100 gold box, pulls it out, opens it up, pulls out the ring, puts it down. Now that is a pricey thing. The man did not know the value. Closes it, puts it
Didn't know
back.
the value of either of them. Valdeth hands the goggles back to Gent and the ring back to Gent.
Yep. Back on the finger, back on the head. Okay. Well, thank you for your custom, sir.
Certainly. Now, would you care to buy a mystery box?
You know what? For the patronage and for the assistance, I think I will. And Valdeth
Yes.
will look across the field. What is there?
Hang on a second. Gent just lays a hand on your shoulder, pops down the goggles, and activates the bit that lets you look through walls.
Yep.
I
What a cheater. I love
can
it.
see into and through solid matter. Does
That being
anything
s-
jump?
Look at
Does
Before,
anything...
before you
Oh,
tell
sorry.
me,
Sorry, go ahead.
knowing that you are in the process of doing that, are they all basically the same price?
no, they're a variety. Like they range from 1 gold to 300 being the most expensive one.
So 300 gold gets slapped down on one of those.
The good ones. He reaches over and grabs 300. Gent, look at that list of things that you can't see through.
Okay.
I'm assuming all of these have a thin sheet of lead.
Because lead blocks most divination magics.
Yeah. Thin sheet of lead. If these are lead lined, I won't be able to see through them.
Nope.
Yes.
Locate object,
Yep.
interestingly, not blocked by lead.
Right.
Exciting.
Fair.
If you know exactly what you're looking for, nothing will stop you from finding it.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's not true. Look at object is.
Is it not?
Any...
Is it top line?
Yeah. Yeah. Here.
We'll say that's the one that doesn't have lead lining then, because the rest of them are.
Fair.
Sorry.
No, that's fair. I didn't catch that in locate object in the spell. Because this mystery box, I made this guy for the Beckerland Bandits game. It's like, yeah, he has a bunch of lead lined boxes that he puts all the shit in.
Loot box merchant.
Literally loot box.
I mean, if they've only got it, if you like cheapskated on it and only has it like on the side ones, so like if you're looking through the goggles, unless you're looking like straight down,
there you go.
that would work.
There you go. It's not on the top. It's just on the sides.
Yeah, he cheapskated.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah.
Also, because
Slight breaks, like they didn't airtight seal it.
Yeah.
So when you put the top down, there's just a slight break, and that just allows the magic to seep through.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I slapped down 300.
So
I'll take this one.
he pulls the box off, puts it down, opens it up. Inside, you find an orb of direction.
Okay, hold on. Orb of... Okay.
An orb of time.
Okay.
You sound fancy.
An ersatz eye.
Okay.
A dread helm.
Ooh.
Okay.
And a talking doll.
No, burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no,
It is a common magical item. While this doll is within 5 feet of you, you can spend a short rest telling it up to 6 phrases, none of which can be more than 6 words long. It's an observable condition under which the doll speaks each phrase. You can also.
I'm keeping that because that would
no.
great effect at some point.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
But yeah, so those are the things that are in the box.
That's
Cool.
what the doll says every time Ario action surges.
No,
Wait, there's more.
wait, there's more. Oh,
So
this might not be the same, or maybe he cursed that one. That's right.
as
Justice had a talking doll that we could get for free, but it was in the area of cursed items, and the talking doll also had the curse effect that at night it would just scream.
Oh, Jesus.
it's night right now and it's not screaming, so you're pretty certain that's not happening here.
No, yeah, I just completely forgot that was
Yeah,
the thing.
so with your collection of miscellanea acquired,
That's delightful.
that's
I'm disappointed that they don't have themes like at cons. You know, like the horror magic item themed and the collectible
Steampunk magic item.
yeah,
theme.
steampunk.
And-
there are only so many magic items that common magic items, unfortunately.
That's fair.
But yeah, so having acquired this box of junk, and recovered some of what was stolen from Ghent, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.